Hi, how is it going? My name is Filip and welcome to technically second, but let's call it first devlog about the game that I am working on, Rutsy's Tale. First of all, I want to thank all of you for all the subs, same goes for the likes under previous devlog.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
No, but seriously, as I said in the previous video, I appreciate all sorts of feedback in all quantities. I am mostly doing this because game dev is my passion and I would still be making devlogs even for one person only. Let's just hope that with more interesting topics, let's be clear, devlog number 0 wasn't the pinnacle of YouTube videos, more viewers will come. As I was promising in the previous devlog, I will now show you my progress so far. Yeah, as I said, it isn't much. As you can see, Rutsy can walk, roll and attack. You can see current lives in the corner, there are some collisions and 2 evil and bloodthirsty ladybugs. That's all mostly from Heartbeast tutorial, but I tried to make all of this alone as much as I was able to. But this is not really important nor impressing. Instead, I will show you all the features that I made myself. You're probably asking yourself, what? Didn't I told you that was from Heartbeast tutorial? Well, most of it yes, but as you can see, mine hearts, instead of disappearing, changed sprite. How did I did this? I'm not gonna lie, I've stumbled upon this tutorial and decided that this is how I want it to be done. If you want, you can check the video in the description, but I will try to explain how it works. The script takes 2 variables, index and active heart, and compares them. Active heart takes floor of our hit points and index is basically index of heart. Sounds pretty easy and straightforward, but my hearts were different from ones in the tutorial. In my sprite there are all of the UI elements instead of only hearts, and there are 3 types of them, full, half and empty, no quarters. I had to come up with another solution. Here is some writings and drawings that I made while I was working on it. Yeah, I don't understand them now either, but they help me since I've sorted it out. At first, I've tried this approach, adding 1 to index to equal it to active heart. Index in GD scripts works similar to Python and starts from 0, not from 1. Okay, let's test it out. Well, not exactly. Changing lesser and greater than signs? How about adding another if statement? I am sure you can tell that was not the solution even without showing you the outcome. But then it came to me, OR. I completely forgot about OR, I don't know how really. So I've updated the code and... yes, success. All different types of damage, and it works like a charm. And that's how I wanted to tell you the tale of Half Heart. Another thing that I have done was adding drop from pots. To do this, I've created new scene, added sprites, script and hitbox. Then I've copied destroying pot effect script, I instantiated heart pickup and made it global position equal to pot's global position. To add randomness effect, I've used randi function, and if modulo of 2 is equal to 1, the heart will drop. And here is what it looks in action. And that was the tale of Pot Surprise. Okay, so bomb flowers actually are the best and the worst addition at the same time. The best because they are the most complicated of all the stuff I did, and I did it on my own. But the worst because they are really buggy and I believe they can be made better. At first, I wanted to make bombs work similar to Ocarina of Time or A Link to the Past, which means player presses button, Rutsy pulls out bomb, and depending if he is walking or not, the bomb will be thrown or dropped. But I've resigned from this idea because I didn't know how to do this and didn't want to waste time for now on this. Later I also had an idea to bombs be only thrown, that's why the animation looks like if Rutsy was throwing and not putting it on the ground, but it would make difficult to aim them, and I want dungeon number 3 to be heavily based around bomb items. Making this change will make game and especially that dungeon annoying and tedious. Okay, so ultimately bombs are being put down in front of character. To achieve this, I've approached it similarly to hard pickups. When user presses button, new bomb scene is created in position of sword hitbox, since the hitbox is always in front of character. As you can see, it creates a lot of errors, that's why I said it's not perfect solution, but hey, at least it's mine. And with that, we finish the last tale, the tale of exploding flowers. Unfortunately, this is all irrelevant. You see, at first I wanted to start this series in April. However, I've got a new job that consumed most of my time. I've had exams at university and, to be fair, didn't have much will to work on my game at that time. Back then, Godot 4.0 was brand new and there were two types of people. First one said, don't go into Godot 4 if you're a beginner. You have a lot more documentation and tutorials for Godot 4.5. The second one said, go for Godot 4. If you want to learn, why learn old stuff and then learn new stuff once again, only to waste time? I've listened to the first one and stayed with Godot 4.5, but since April a lot of things have changed. Now we have all, well at least all that I was reading, articles up to date for Godot 4.1 and also a bunch of really good tutorials on YouTube. With all that, I decided to port my project to Godot 4.1.1. I am taking it as some sort of test, how much I've learned from tutorials. I am doing all the stuff by myself and only when I am faced with obstacles with no solution, I go into tutorials or the old project to see how I handled it back then. And yes, I know Godot has conversion tool, but from my experience it doesn't work that well. I've had some issues with it and since my project is still small, it is not really big problem to write it all from the ground. So, why is all that irrelevant? Okay, irrelevant is a little bit too much of a word, but I will redo all of this stuff and probably will improve on all of that to make it work better. Back in April, my plan for the devlog number 2 was combat system, but right now I don't know how much my conversion will take time. If everything goes smoothly, we stick to the plan, and in addition to showing you my conversion, I will show you remaked, faster and more impactful combat system. If not, then there is a high chance I will not have much material to show you, so in that case I've decided to tell you more about the lore and story of the game. Let me know if you think that's a good idea and of course if you would like to hear more about the story. If the response will be positive, I will think of solution to pack up at least some form of lore into every devlog, of course without spoilers. Thanks for staying with me again. If you have any questions, thoughts, things you did or didn't like, leave them in the comments as always. If you want to stay updated, be sure to follow me on my social media, Instagram and YouTube. Discord is still in the makings, I swear, and will probably share it when I will gather bigger community so it doesn't stay dead after launching. Thanks again. I hope you will have a great day and see you again very soon. Bye.